Oh, right. I'd just like to mention that the graphics options that pop up before I open the game, they have, the presets. So I have it on highest, but they have they have a shadow, glare, shader model, all that stuff, anti-aliasing. Then they have water quality. There's the water quality is a completely separate option. I wonder what that looks like on the lowest setting. If you put everything else on high and then you turn the water quality to low, what would that look like? I'm not gonna do that, but I never noticed that was its own thing. That you can just adjust the quality of the water. That's some good water, but it's lagging some PCs. We gotta tone that shit down. So last time I did this, chat, it was quite a few floors of this labyrinth. I got 9 more to go, basically. Oh, there's no water down here, so I'm not gonna bother with it. But this dungeon, if you're familiar with what happened last time, we're gonna be here for a bit, so buckle up and whatnot. Hopefully the music adjusts. The way Patchy talked, it's almost like she was trying to hide whatever's ahead. I'm not sure what it could be, but now I'm getting excited to find out. So do I remember how to play the game? The answer is... Oh. Ooh, okay. I do. Do I have my... Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Reminder, there's like no penalty for me dying at all, so it doesn't really matter that much. I've never played a game where water quality was its own setting like that, but if I'm being honest, my computer is pretty good. It's a pretty good computer, but I don't play a lot of games. Ow! I don't play a lot of games that really make use of my computer's like strength, I suppose. Also, I think I forgot to change the bitrate for the recording. So it's going to be really high, which means it's going to eat a lot of file storage that I don't have. Oh, this is gravity. Oh, I see. Okay. Look, everyone, chat, be honest with me. Did you fall for the meme? Did you fall for the meme called gaming laptops? Because I fell for that meme. I bought a laptop because it was convenient. A gaming laptop. For gamers. Yeah, bro, it runs. Shit's on fire. My gaming laptop couldn't even run DS emulation without lagging. That's not a good sign. It's not really a meme, but like, gaming laptops don't really run games very well. They really don't. I don't even know why. If we have a work laptop, that's fine. But the idea of a gaming laptop is like, nah, doesn't really work. Why am I getting waxed right now? Holy shit. There we go. Nice. Gaming laptop to play Touhou and 20 FPS to dodge the bullets. See, that's thinking with power. Ooh, frog room. Oh. What's this? Jupiter, a gate. Hold on. I don't know what that is. Critical rate minus 100. Wow. But a massive... No. Chad, I just got an achievement called Drop It Like It's Hot for equipping that, so... That was an accident, but I got a Chivo for it, so it works. Laptop, some built with fans, not even cooling the CPU. Genius. Genius! Touhou 6 runs at 6,000 frames per second, baby. That's for 300% drop rate. Oh. I did it. I got it in Chivo. It was an accident, but I got it. Oh, just spin. Ooh. Ooh. Sometimes things flinch. Okay, sometimes you just have to walk and... Yep, sometimes you just gotta do that. That's how it goes. I tapped the button, I suppose. Oops. Alright, didn't need that anyway. 6,000 FPS EOSD is basically impossible. Seems like the only actual, like, possible playable FPS rate above 60 is 72. But even then, you know, it's still really fast. Gotta go for that grudge bow timeout. Make that I'll make that an incentive. 2 minutes of solid dodging and 72 FPS. My laptops, you know, they did what they needed to do, but my god, they were not great at it. No DS games for me, that's for sure. Oh. I'm gonna die again. This is helpful for levels more than anything, because I don't know what's gonna be at the bottom, but I'm sure I'm gonna need levels for it. Oh, there we go. Fire room. Okay. Wait, I was already over here. This is the frog room, yeah? Yeah. There we go. I leveled up. Good. See? PS games slow down can be attributed to DS. I guess, yeah. But the thing was, I tried playing a Pokemon game, and there was slowdown everywhere except in battle menus. But you know, my current computer doesn't have a single issue, obviously. But like, what settings would DS Smooth have that would just immediately make it not good for a laptop, right? You think that most of those things would have pre-set up builds? Because I'll be honest with you, when I check any of I hit the button again by accident. If I check any of those like commands or controls for any of them, I don't know what I don't understand what it's asking me at all. Like there's so much technical mumbo jumbo being spoken that I don't understand, that I just don't bother touching. I don't understand how it works, and I just hope that everything is set to default so I don't have to. Troubleshooting is not fun when you don't know what the fuck is happening. Chat, yesterday I got an error in my Premiere software when trying to export videos. It told me that there was an inconsistency in the audio and video format, and that it couldn't write the data properly, so it just gave me a corrupted file. And I was like, I have no idea what this means. So I Googled it. I Googled the error I got, and the answer to my error was, yeah, you don't have enough space. Why the fuck did I get a bunch of technical mumbo jumbo when the answer was you don't have enough space to save the video where you're trying to save it? Like, what? Come on! That doesn't even make any sense. Wait, did I jump over a fairy? I did. All it had to do was be like, you don't have enough room to save this. But instead it was like, oops, sorry, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Please tell me. I don't understand computers very well, that's for sure. They're not my area of expertise, that's for sure. I'm scared to do this in case I fall on the wall again. Alright, very good. Computers are bad at telling you how what went wrong. Oh, I know. I know. Chat, my favorite is when I download a game, like a fan game that I want to play for Touhou, and I get an error in Japanese that I can't read, and I have no idea how to troubleshoot it because you cannot highlight any of the text. It's just a Windows error message, and it makes me have to accept it before I can do anything else on my computer. And it's just like, please don't make me do this. I can't read this. This isn't Patchy's dungeon. Patchy's dungeon is in the basement. This dungeon belongs to a different character. Uranus Laminar. Hold stealth. Computers? My computer should just talk to me like I'm an idiot. Like, you fucking idiot. You have no space on your hard drive to save this video. Please check you have space next time before doing this, you dumbass. Like, it may hurt a little bit, but at least it's telling me what the problem is. It's like talking to that kid who fucking read the dictionary or a thesaurus or something to find I don't know why I did that. Find every single fucking synonym they can to use in their everyday language and then use a bunch of 4-syllable words all the time. It's like, I'm having fun talking to you right now. I really am. Like Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron is a smart boy and he uses the scientific term for everything. And, well, fuck him. He's annoying. It gets annoying when people do that. Sometimes you just gotta talk to people like they're dummies. Because every now and again, I want to be a dummy. Some people are really, really, really sensitive about their intelligence, that's for sure. What is any of this? Let's see. Oh, it's just that thing again. I don't like any of this. We get it, you're smart. Shut up! You can be smart. There's nothing wrong with being smart. It's just when you... Some people do it in such a way that it's like... I just want to drink a beer, man. The stereotypical portrayal of nerds. The tucked in pants, the glasses, the asthma, stuff like that. Good. Night injured. I play Touhou games in full screen. I can't play them in windowed mode. I can't see everything. I have difficulty seeing the bullets when the screen's not max size of my monitor. And my monitor is very big, so yeah, it helps. But it also means clicking out of the window causes the entire game to close for some reason. It's kind of fucking weird. Using full screen locks my computer if I tab out. Oh no, I know. My computer does it too. That's why I have 2 monitors. I just don't understand why it does that. It's really annoying. Oh, cool. It like, every window I have open on my other monitor gets shifted as a result of it every single time. And if I click out of it on anywhere, it'll tab out of the game. And it's like, why are we doing this? It just happens for every fucking game too. All of them. Never changed. I don't have room on my desk for more than 2. I only have room for 2. Unable to close anything? Yeah, you can't. The only reason I can really get out of the game or tab out of the game is because I click somewhere on my other monitor and it makes the game drop. I had this issue with Grand Theft Auto, remember? Where if I full screened it, it like took over my monitor and it put my task manager in that window. So if GTA froze, task manager was stuck in that window and I literally couldn't do anything. I would soft lock my computer. It sounds really stupid to say that, but that's what happened. Some full screen games are just terrible. Like, I don't know why they do that. It is stupid. It is 100% stupid. And I had to deal with it with laptops too. First time I played Touhou, Touhou 2. When I played Touhou 2, I played it windowed mode because, well, it was PC98 emulator, so I don't know if I could really full screen that. So it was pretty small. But like, I tried playing windowed mode in some of the Windows games, and I just couldn't do it because I couldn't see any of the bullets. I had trouble seeing. But I only had my laptop, so I didn't really enjoy playing windowed, and full screen was such a nightmare to do that I kind of lost interest in playing them, really. Wasn't very fun to play on the laptop. I was on NX, I think. Pretty sure the one I used way back when is the same one I use now because it looks familiar. Next. Windows update. Dude, Vinny has been talking about how the Windows update has fucked with like all of his systems. And that has happened to me before. But surprisingly, this update hasn't done anything to me. And I don't know why. One of the latest Windows updates that happened fucked with my audio. And it's really weird because the update before that messed with Christian's audio. So he warned me about it. But like everything was fine. And then the next update happened and then my audio got hit. And I was just like, what? But the latest update didn't do anything. So Windows updates feel more like a virus than a fucking enhancement, that's for sure. That's all I've been learning. Please. 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 Big armor boy is down. Going for that damageless PB. Windows 7 will stop being updated eventually. It might have already been that way. And also, my computer came pre-installed with Windows 10, and that's just what I have. I can't really do much about that. Oh well. Easy come, easy go. Will you let me go? This area doesn't make any sense. None of this makes sense. None of it! There. Very good. Wait. Oh, you can't go to that room. Well, that narrows down exploration at least. I'm not much of a computer guy, and I don't know how to install operating systems. So, that's kind of why I have what I have. It's also why I didn't build my own PC. It came with Windows 10. Windows 10 is what I have. Oh well. Welcome to the future, where it all goes downhill from here. Wait, give me that. I don't know why Windows updates touch things they don't need to touch. Like, why does it even alter my audio settings? Why does it adjust my mic? I swear every single time I get an update, it corrects my Discord stuff too. Like, it turns my default into something that it isn't, and then I don't have any volume at all. Like, it just sticks its hands in everything that it doesn't need to. And it's like, oh, we thought you would like it better this way. It's like, no, no, no. If I liked it better that way, I would have did it myself. Ooh. Very good. And I level. Look at that. Oh. Nice. Very good. Your brightness would change? I don't think I've ever had brightness change, but I also always have my bright to max. I do have nightlight enabled though, so my screen dims about 50% by 9 o'clock my time. The funny thing is, I notice it for a second when it actually adjusts. After that, I don't notice it. Unless I change it to turn it off, and then I very much notice it. I notice it so much that it makes my eyes hurt for a second. A Windows update once removed the entirety of my Bluetooth. I have no experience with Bluetooth devices, so I have no idea what exactly that entails. But why the fuck would it touch that? What does it have? What? Why would it touch that? The fairy sees me. She knows I'm trying to open the door. Nice. Nice. Does this count as bullying? Nice. Good room down. Oh! You search, you can find interviews from guys working on Windows 7. Microsoft literally fired all the department for one day and then to another. Nothing personnel. Nothing personnel, kid. Isn't this the company where This is the same company where the founder was quoted saying that hiring lazy people is smart because they find the easy solutions, right? Right? I have a spell card. What's your point? The spell card does not exist for me to use. It exists for me to accidentally press and then talk about how I wasted it. Come on. How long have you been here? You know how this works. Everybody knows the rules. The way streamers play video games are, like, specifically designed to frustrate the common man. That's just how it be. Just think about it, chat. There are people who play this game worse than me that you don't even know about. Does that make you mad? Doesn't that make you mad? Oh, god damn it. This guy was waiting in the hallway for me to come back. No. God damn it. His friend found me now. God damn it. Nice. Alright, we're good. I'm ready having high level gameplay. Hey, I'm good at some games, you know. I'm not bad at every game I play. I'm good at Pokemon. Sort of. Although, sometimes my Pokemon strategies fall a little flat. But, I'm doing pretty well in Kaizo, so there you go, right? Let's see how well that goes. I only get mad when someone plays badly and it says the game is shit and badly designed. Yeah, it's fair. A lot of people say that in the heat of the moment, though, but there are some people, cough cough, Aaron Handsome, that will willfully ignore when the game teaches him to play game and then complain that the game is bad. So, that happens. The streamer's job is to be entertainment, but, like, watching bad gameplay is not very entertaining, in my opinion. So, you know, I don't not try. I'm just not very good at certain genres. Chat, you're never gonna catch me playing a game like fucking Dota or something because I cannot handle RTS to save my life. I can't micromanage that shit. I'm not very good at micromanaging, and I don't have a lot of fun doing it either, so I don't have any incentive to learn because I don't think it's very enjoyable. That's about it, really. Oh, wow. This would be a lot scarier if there was any penalty for me dying. But I could just kind of cleave through things and be done with it. There are Dota characters with one button to press. That's still too much for me, dog. I can't handle it. Kamui. Oops. Kamui. Wait, what's that do? An unknown substance packed in a tiny box label says antimatter. Will sell for a high price, doesn't seem useful in comp. Why am I selling antimatter? Kamui Amari. Means the God's sharp claws in the Ainu language, as the names suggest his claws are both fierce and powerful. Oh my god. Good. I can't look. You've seen me play with keyboard, right? With mouse and keyboard. I am actually incapable of playing on keyboard if it requires more than 2 buttons. I can't do it. I don't have any muscle memory to key locations because I spent the majority of my life playing video games on a controller. So that's why I always look for controller support. And games that are like, you know, like, it's probably why I'm not very good at first-person shooters either. First-person shooters are a lot easier to play with mouse and keyboard, because mouse movement is a lot more manageable than controller stick movement. And I'm already not very good at controller stick movement, so there's that as well. I don't really play first-person shooters anyway. It's not a genre I particularly enjoy. I used to play a lot of Black Ops though. Back at the, you know, the general age you'd expect someone to play a fuck ton of Call of Duty. My favorite gun for a while was the Stoner 67, what was it, 64 or something? The Stoner gun, because it was a light machine gun, but it felt more like an assault rifle than a light machine gun, even though it was clutch. Because, like, the light machine guns had a ridiculous amount of ammo to them, and reload times was insane, but that one didn't. It felt more like an assault rifle. I had fun with that one. But after a while, I just started playing shotguns. How am I a Bomberman? I don't remember the last time I played a Bomberman game, to be honest with you. I think the last time I played a Bomberman game was the one that was on Wii. Bomberman Blast, I think it was called. It had Wi-Fi games where you could play with like 8 people, and you could play multiplayer. So I used to play with Christian a lot, and there were like sudden death modes and stuff. That game was really fucking cool. I really enjoyed it. I like Bomberman, but yeah, I can't remember the last time I really ever played it. Back to what I was saying, like. Eventually, my time with Call of Duty turned into shotguns. My favorite shotguns... Okay. My favorite shotguns to use were the Spaz 12, because, you know, it was 8 shots. You had 8 shots, and you did not have to pump. How could I not like that? And, believe it or not, the Olympia. I really like the Olympia. The double barrel. Neptune, Malachite. Malachite mixed with other minerals. Blue-green color shares tranquil color of the planet Neptune. I'll take it. Spaz 12. I used that with the suppressor, and then that was, and every now and again I'd use the Olympia, and I liked it. I just liked the Olympia because if I found someone, basically, chat, I got really sick of spraying an entire clip into somebody. And then having me die, and then when I checked the kill cam, I hadn't actually pressed the button. So instead I decided to remove the amount of bullets I needed to kill someone. So that's why I went with the Olympia. If I ran into someone, pop, pop, and there you go. And I didn't have to aim it down, I just hip fired. Hip fired with sleight of hand, and then just if I saw someone, pop, pop. If they died, fuck yeah. If they didn't, well, this is a problem. That was fun. That was fun to me. Spaz was good too. I also liked using the, I think it was the FAL, the FAL. There were 2 assault rifles that were, I forget the term, I forget the gun term for it, but you didn't just hold the button to shoot, you actually had to press it. I liked that gun, because it reminded me of a sniper rifle, but without the drawbacks of the big, heavy fucking rifles. Those ones were fun. Power Bomberman. It's a fan-made multiplayer Bomberman taken to 11. Never heard of it. How easy to play. My perks were pretty much always Marathon, Sleight of Hand, and Hip Fire. Because Marathon let you run forever, and I liked running. However, grinding Marathon Pro to allow that meant having to play Capture the Flag for like hours, so that wasn't very fun. But that was usually my loadout with shotguns, and I had fun with it. Someone once complimented me on Xbox Live. I had a 38 to 8 KD on Summit with a Spaz 12. And someone messaged me after the match and said, nice shooting with the shotty. And chat, the fact that I still remember that with that much detail to tell you, I like that. I appreciated that comment. It was nice. Dude said I was a good shot. I'm not sure what Power Bomberman is, but I'm gonna have to check this out because I like Bomberman games. The 3D Bomberman games are cool. Bomberman 64 does not emulate well at all. Second Attack does not emulate well either, and Hero is on VC, and I already played it. Scorpio Trained. I see. Might have been sarcasm. I doubt it because I had the highest kill count, and as I said, it was 30 kills to 8 deaths. That's pretty fucking good, I think. It's not like I was at the bottom of the team with like fucking 2 kills, 28 deaths. I had a good count. 4 am I on now? 13? Bomberman Zero? That's not a real game. Bomberman Zero this is a game we think the Americans will like. Chat, you know how many times Japanese studios have made a game to appeal to Western audiences? And then they flopped? Give me examples. Because Bomberman Zero is a big one. Resident Evil 6 is a weird... Resident Evil 6 I can't really say. Because Resident Evil 6 was definitely a flop in a lot of senses, but it still sold very well. So it wasn't a massive flop. But the decision to appeal to Western audiences has, like, pretty much never worked out as far as I can tell. Because the things they think we want, we don't actually want. It's like, oh, they want high action, shooty gun, and easy to understand gameplay. Because the people that play video games don't like actually playing video games. That's what it feels like most of the time. A lot of these, for the Western audience games, have designs that make me think they're designed not for people who play video games to begin with. KG Inafund Me. That's a good name. Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh yeah, you're right. That was one like that, huh? And that game is not very good. I don't hate that game myself, but it's not a very good game. People hate shotgun players because unless they miss well, there's not much they can do. No, I did great. I did great. Shotgun was fun. Better than assault rifles. Devil May Cry was for Western audiences too. That's correct. And that's the Dante that everybody hates. So you can tell how well that one worked out. Nice. Wow, I have gained a lot of levels. Dante. Hitman Absolution. I don't know about that one. I need rundowns. Why? What's Mystic Quest? Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. That was that Game Boy one, right? That was like super dumbed down to be basically like have no combat system at all. Whoa! Why is the fire purple? It was SNES. I've heard the name, but I can't remember where I've heard it from before. There are 2 games called Mystic Quest. That is not good. That is fantastic. Wow. Please? Oh, very good. Europe Game Boy Mystic Quest X the Saga game. SNES Mystic Quest is US made for Babby RPG games. Babby. You want to talk about good OSTs, chat? The Resident Evil DX cut. Oh. You know, I never actually listened to music from that soundtrack until Vinny played the Basement theme. Because Christian talked about it a few times. He mentioned how the director's cut music, the REDX cut music, was so fucking legendary bad. And I was like I didn't doubt him. But like I never really listened to it. And then I just happened to hear some really awful fucking music that Vinny played. It was like the most farty trumpet I've ever heard. And then Vinny was like, yeah, that's from fucking REDX. And I was like, what? You know the story of that composer? Christian has told me before, but I do not remember, so I would need a refresher. Resident Evil is not a series I think of when I think of music, but I think it has some really damn good music. One of my favorite tracks from Resident Evil is the RE0 Safe Room theme. Now, I know RE4, 5, and 6 have more music for sure, but I'm talking more like RE1, 2, and 3. Like, RE1, I legitimately can't remember a single piece of music from RE1. I don't remember a single piece of it. RE0, actually, no, that's not true. The only place I remember music from in RE1 is the area between Neptune's containment area and the ladder that leads to it. I like that music because it's kind of somber, but then it's really fucking scary. And then the RE0 Safe Room music is one of my favorites, just in general. Oh, hold on. REDX composer faked being deaf for years. He actually had someone else making music from the boot. Only got caught because the second person wanted to get paid and credited for his work for after like a decade. Oh. That sounds familiar. The basement theme, I heard it before. It was supposed to be some shitty MIDI annotations. No, dude, it's real. Actually, chat, I hate to take away from the stream right now, but you need to hear this. Like I can talk about it, but you need to hear this. Resident Evil DX basement theme. Resident Evil Director's Cut, Mansion Basement. This is real music from a Resident Evil game. That's real music. Crank that shit. Crank it. The top comment is, the name Director's Cut is referring to the composer's salary. That is... Chat, that is real music. That is real music in a Resident Evil game. That sounds like I'm fucking with you. I know it does, but straight up. That's incredible. I gotta listen to the whole OST. Hitman Absolution is a point where you can open battle with a BDSM nuns dual-wielding machine guns. What the fuck? Hitman's a cool game. I've seen a few things on Hitman, but I've never actually played one. They look really cool. I'm not even sure what platform they're for. Play UFO with the entirety of the Director's Cut BGM. God damn. Oh man, I hate when they armor through that move. Carefully make a DMCA for that. No, I won't. It's video game music. It's fine. You can tell if something gets content claimed by checking the description. It'll tell you who copyright stroked it. They copyright stroked it. God damn it. Like, as far as Resident Evil music goes, there's the theme in RE4 where when Mike shows up. One of the greatest themes in that game, in my opinion, is when Mike shows up. In RE5, the theme that plays when you fight Wesker on the hangar on the boat is one of my favorite themes. It's also his theme from that's also his theme from Marvel vs. Capcom as well. What's it called? It's Winds something. Favorite theme already. Third floor of the lab simply because I had so little inventory left and close to dying. So you like it because what? You like it because it bullied you. Gotta stroke the copyright to be allowed to use the music. No, I don't want to do that though. Suck these copyright clean. The existence of copyright means that there is copy wrongs. However, it feels like they're one of the same nowadays, don't they? Society, bottom text. Code Veronica remixed in Darkside Chronicles. I don't remember Umbrella Chronicles music very well, and to be honest, I haven't played Darkside Chronicles in probably, well, I don't even know when I got it, but probably longer than that. It's been a while, that's for sure. I really like Umbrella Chronicles though. It's a cool game. Just as cool as that voice crack. The thing about Darkside Chronicles was it covered the scenarios that Umbrella didn't. So that was RE2, Code Veronica, and a bonus mission that was supposed to explain the origins of Krauser. So it was Leon and Krauser's first mission together. Because in RE4, Krauser and Leon know each other, but Krauser's never existed before that point, so they did that. There's also a bonus chapter you can do where you I say bonus chapter, but it's a little lame because the chapter is literally just it's the Krauser and Leon mission again, but this time you get to hear Krauser's inner monologue for when he decides he wants to become Virus Man, basically. So it's a bonus chapter in that sense, but it's basically the exact same chapter with extra dialogue. And to be honest, I remember that final boss kind of being a bit of a bitch, so. Gemstone blends translucent blue, deep green, and white. Looks like an ideal earth cast in a miniature. I will put that on. Nice. Alright. Is that the Jill sandwich scene? You know, I don't think I've ever seen Jill sandwich. Like, I heard about it. See, here's the thing, chat. I actually didn't play a lot of RE. I didn't play any of Resident Evil, actually. I don't like tank controls. And I say that as someone who has played, I played through Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3 I played through in their entirety with tank controls. But I never played Resident Evil because tank controls were not my thing. And again, that's also really weird because I had a 64 game. I don't know how many of you own this one, but I had a Nintendo 64 game called, I think it was just called Tanks, or Battle Tanks or something. But as soon as you boot the game up, you get the 3DO. Like, that's the opening. That's the opening of the game, right? And you play as Griffith or Griffin or whatever his name is, and you drive tanks, battle tanks. Yeah. So my favorite faction to play in multiplayer was the one that started with a nuclear warhead. All of their tanks were Goliaths, and they started with a warhead, so you could just throw a nuke immediately to start the game. And it was like, this is hilarious to me. Those guys were funny. But I never beat that game, but I got to the final mission. Could never beat it though. And that game was 100% tank controls. Because, go figure, it was a game about tanks. I did pretty well for it. But then RE came around and I was like, nah, I don't want to play with tank controls. Aquarius Imperial Gown. I will put that on in a second. So, my history of Resident Evil is pretty much entirely because I watched Christian play it. Because Christian actually didn't even play much of RE when we first got it. He played a little bit of RE1, and then he just, like, really fucking struggled to get started with it because there was a lot it didn't tell you. Zodiac themed dress, Aquarius mode, the general curves. Cut tail, a stream of water from the urn. Cool. Like, chat, there are, like, quite a few zombies you can end up running into in RE1 before you even get a single handgun clip. So, and Chris doesn't even start with his handgun, right? He doesn't start with a handgun, he starts with a knife. So, Christian took some effort to really, like, get the ball rolling, but when he actually started to learn how to play the game, he played it a lot, and I watched. Pretty much all the lore I got from RE was by osmosis from watching Christian. As he played RE0 as well. Never got to see RE2. What we did get it on, we ended up getting it for 64. Like, I think our grandmother found a used copy or something. So Christian got to play RE2 through that. But we never got to play RE3. RE3 was a bit of an enigma. Same with Code Veronica X. So that's where all my, like, RE information comes from. But when I was in grade 4, I think 4 or 5, I had a friend who owned RE4, and he let us borrow it. And I wasn't playing it, but one day I was home from school. I was homesick, and I decided to boot the game up. Reminder, I'm like 11 years old, right? I'm not very old right now, but I have access to RE4 because yes. Because yes. So I remember watching the whole segment that Christian did in the village, right? But Christian did it differently than what activates the cutscene to make the Chainsaw Man go. So when I played it alone. I was playing, I was doing fine. And when I got to the village, I was thinking, oh, if I just run to the exit, because I know where it is, I don't have to fight the chainsaw guy. And that's what I learned, chat. The chainsaw guy will only aggro if you A, go into the house with a shotgun, or B, try to leave the village through that exit. He is there. I saw him, he saw me, he revved up his chainsaw, I paused the game, I quit out, and I didn't play it again for years. That was my experience with RE4 when I was a bab. It's one of my favorite games now. It's a fucking fantastic game. But that was definitely a moment in time. I learned that the hard way too. Yeah, I thought I was a cheeky bastard, and then he just fucking, he was there and he looked at me and he went vroom vroom, and I was like, I'm done. I'm good. That dude is terrifying. He kills you in one hit and chops your fucking head off. I'm 11 years old. Do you think I'm not scared of that? I want to play with the chainsaw controller. Fear of a chainsaw is just common sense. True? The chainsaw sisters were pretty scary too. To be honest, I think the chainsaw... Chat, what would you say is the scariest thing in the Resident Evil 4? What is, in your opinion, the scariest enemy in the game? For me, it's definitely the Chainsaw Man. He scares me when he gets close, because he screams. The Regenerators? That's a good answer. The Regenerators are just fucking creepy. In the wall you go. Cool. The big bugs. Oh, the chimeras? Yeah. They remind me of the enemies from RE1, but, you know, they're a little different. They have an insta-kill move, apparently. I don't think I've ever seen it, though. Generators. The spiky ones, yeah. The invisible Novistadors. There are no invisible ones. Oh, wait, no, that's the bugs. That's the bugs, yeah. Chainsaw Man, the Chainsaw Grandmas, the Regenerators, Village Chief Guy, the second... Yeah, there's a lot. Salazar, Phase 2. Is, Verdugo, is that Salazar's right hand? The bug man that you're supposed to beat with liquid nitrogen? Because that dude is fucking scary. Wolverines are a close second because their eyes being stitched up is really creepy to me. I wonder why they're like that. I think there's some lore in there as to why that is, but I don't remember. The way the Regenerators and Iron Maidens move messed me up. Yeah, and the way they fucking laugh. Dude, every single time you're in a hallway with a Regenerator, it's the only thing you can hear. Like, the music is pretty much just done. They're always in the scummiest fucking hallways, and they just kind of limp towards you. God, they're disgusting. Well, that worked out. Oh, I didn't even notice the... There we go. The blind, super sensitive hearing enemies. Yep, the Wolverines. I don't remember their names, but for obvious reasons, we call them Wolverines. Dude, one of the nastiest things about RE4 was in the castle. You know the centipede heads that come out? One of the Lost Plagas variations that comes out that can bite your head off and kill you in one hit. Sometimes when you pop the enemies, when you shoot them in the head and their head fucking explodes, sometimes those enemies' heads wouldn't explode, but their neck would rip open from the front and their head would just like limply hang off the back of them. I was like, what the fuck? That's disgusting! I hit the button by accident. Plagas 2, baby. You know, the first time I played RE4, I didn't know they were weak to flashbangs. Oh god, it's raw, dog. It's raw. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Chat, if you haven't played Resident Evil 4 and you have the means to do so, I would highly recommend it. It's a good game on every platform it's on. It's a perfect combination of good gameplay and schlock, I suppose. Because it's not super schlock, but eventually it gets a bit schlocky, but it's still fun. RE4 is definitely one of my favorite games of all time, though. It's a fantastic game. Learned flash grenades, kill them by accident. I don't remember how I learned. Either I watched Christian do it, or one of us fucking found out by accident. You know what's funny? the main difference between like the first playthroughs that me and Christian ever did of Resident Evil 4 was Christian did not want to buy the treasure maps. He bought the attachment cases, of course, but he never actually bought the treasure maps. And I did, and I went and backtracked and got all the treasures and stuff, but he just never bothered. It's very schlock, but it's fantastic schlock that embraces it. Yeah, that's what I like about it, is like, it doesn't really start as schlock, but once it starts going a little bit of that route, it does it in a way that's still endearing. RE5 and 6 kind of don't. I think RE5 and 6 try to capture that magic, and they don't do a very great job at it. And I say that as somebody who likes RE5. RE5, I think, is a fun game to play with a friend. RE6 too. But as far as Resident Evil games go, you know, Chet, I'm sure you've heard. This is not an unpopular opinion. You've heard this many different times from many different people, I assume. But RE5 is a game that you play with a friend, and you don't play alone, because it's not a great Resident Evil game, but it is a pretty fun cooperative shooter. And RE6 is also pretty fun. Not as fun, in my opinion. RE6 takes itself too seriously, I feel. I haven't played it in a long time, so I can't really say on that, but I do know that Chris's story went a little bit, you know, heavy, I suppose, but not in an interesting way. And the whole Helena and Diana thing, no, I think you're right. Now that I'm thinking about it, it does feel a little like you have 5 missions compared to an entire game to really get something going, and I don't think they do a great job at it. The only thing about RE6 I thought was cool was that Sherry came back, but you know, she had to come back as a big soldier lady, I guess. And she's still infused with the G virus, so she has regenerative properties. However, Jake Wesker can, well, I don't really care about that character at all. Also, I think RE6's chainsaw monster is pretty weak. I mean, it's kind of cool because the chainsaw it's part of its, like, biology. Like, the chainsaw is a part of its body. But a part of that is also incredibly stupid that I can't really take it seriously. I grabbed something earlier, and I don't remember what it was. I lose base attack power for 1 now. I'm okay with what I got. Sherry Jake's the wackiest. There's the big dude that chases you around. Chris getting a gun in the past, suddenly having it in the present. I don't remember much of the details on it. Did I get another dress? None of them are better than the one I have. Sagittarius motif. Both shapes of the look is a unique standout look. Okay. Alright. The Dr. Salvatore and the Chainsaw Sisters were good because they were just, you know, they're just people. Dude put a fucking potato bag over his head and revved his chainsaw up, and he was good to go. RE5's chainsaw, Majini, he didn't scare me as much because he had so much, I don't know, maybe it's because he was so thin, but he had so much, like, build up on his chainsaw swing. The only thing that was really scary about that one was sometimes when you killed them, they weren't actually dead, and they got back up and started swinging like a madman. Actually, chat, that reminds me. Do you remember, he's not present in the main game. In base RE4, he's only present in the 4th Mercenaries map. The Dr. Salvatore, who is like 9 feet tall, and his weapon is 2 chainsaws chained together. And all he does is run at you with those chainsaws. That is the scariest fucking character in the entirety of Resident Evil. He is like 8 feet tall, has 2 chainsaws chained together, and he just runs towards you. Dr. Jumpscare. Dude, the best part about that, okay, tell me if this has happened to you. Has this happened to you? You're playing that Mercenaries map. You hear the chainsaw rev. You start climbing that giant ladder on the map. You know the one I'm talking about. If you play the map, you know what I'm talking about. That huge ladder that you can climb up. And while you're still in the climbing animation, you see him jump up the ladder behind you. So he is now waiting at the top. That is enough to scare a man. Because you just have to sit there and watch yourself climb up the entire ladder, and you know that he is already up there because he can jump that high. I guess that, you can't stop climbing the ladder. You have to get to the top because it's a cutscene. You have invincibility. You have to watch it. Chat, that dude won't flinch unless you shoot him properly. Pretty sure he won't flinch unless your shotgun hits him in the face. That's the level of scary I'm talking about when he's running towards you. And he is hard to run away from. Krauser's arm super? Yeah, Krauser's arm super would kill it in one hit, but that was only if you played Krauser. Do you know how difficult it was to deal with that fucker with Hunk? Hunk had a TMP and hand grenades. And granted, Hunk has the best melee attack because it's an instant kill. It doesn't. It's an instant kill. It doesn't have to deal with plagas, but it is hard to hit that dude in the face multiple times to stun him with the TMP. So you basically hold all of your grenades for him. Next snap was super cool, dude. Have you ever seen like a high-scoring Resident Evil Mercenaries run? Oh, I can just stand over here. Nice. Hunk's really good because you get. I think you get extra points for melee kills. At least in RE5 Mercenaries, you get time bonuses with melee kills. And next snap was so easy to do because if you shot a regular Ganado. If you shot a regular Ganado with a TMP shell in the face, you only needed one to stun them for a neck break. So you needed one TMP shell to do to get a free kill if your aim was good with Hunk. So that made him really, really good. Score runs, yeah. The thing about Resident Evil 4 is Mercenaries mode actually lasted infinitely. There was no end to it until the time ran out. In Resident Evil 5, there was a 150 enemy limit. So you have, once you kill all 150 enemies, the game ends. You get out and you get a time bonus and stuff. But RE4 never actually ends. Mercenaries is a very fun game mode that me and Christian spent a lot of time doing. Our favorite map in RE5 was definitely the village map. To be honest with you, chat, some of the Mercenaries maps in RE5 I did not like very much. My least favorite was the map 4. Map 4, the Ancient City Underground, because it's a little big, and you have to like go to certain checkpoint areas to like trigger enemies to spawn. And the Experimental Facility. Oh yeah, the chicken also counts as an enemy. I forgot about that. So you can kill a chicken. The Experimental Facility is full of so many fucking lickers. And it's kind of a pain in the ass if you don't have a good loadout. The guys that throw spears, yeah. The raid... I never actually played raid mode, but Revelations 2 is a game I didn't play much of. Tons of character skills and weapons. Kind of what Mercenaries was. Mercenaries was such a good game mode that it got its own game. Mercenaries 3D. It was a solid Mercenaries game on the 3DS that had skill loadouts and customizable inventories and a lot of characters you could play as. You could play as Rebecca and Barry. You could play as Hunk with different costumes and stuff. The only thing about that game I didn't really like was, well, it toned down the violence, of course. And you know how in Mercenaries mode, the bigger enemies explode? The hitbox on those explosions is very, very bad on in Mercenaries 3D. Like when those enemies explode, it's like basically a hand grenade going off, but the range on them was way too big as opposed to like RE5. In RE5, you basically had to be on top of the enemy to get hit by the explosion. But Mercenaries 3D, you got hit by the explosions a lot. Was there a point to coming down here? No. Chat, I think I'll hit level 70 by the time I get through this, so that's good. Raid mode, you can play as the office lady and get revenge. I don't remember Revelations 2's story very much. Me and Christian played through it once. We played multiplayer. By the way, Revelations 2 multiplayer is a fucking joke. Campaign multiplayer, let me specify. Because you either play as Claire with the gun, or Barry's daughter with the flashlight, or you play as Barry with the gun, or the little girl who can like throw a brick maybe, I don't know. Like, the absolute state of the multiplayer balancing was so bad. Like, why was I even there? Why was I even there as player 2? I couldn't do anything. Christian was the one with the gun. I was playing as the little girl who threw bricks at things. Just keep moving on now. Got everything. I don't remember the story of Revelations very much either, but I did play that game on 3DS and I did like it. Revelations is good. It's very good, but the multiplayer aspect of it is pretty lacking. We played a little bit of the extra mode, the one where you play as Barry's daughter and the guy who's still alive on the island living in the sewer. That one was crazy because you had to like find food and shit in the town while all these enemies were just kind of hanging around. But we didn't beat it because we got stuck on a mission of survival because one of the enemies that showed up was just too difficult for us to beat with our loadouts. The second player should have been able to use a gun, but the second player is also a child in Barry's campaign, so that's no good. You want to know something funny about that campaign, chat? So, for those of you that don't know, it is illegal. Violence like that to children is illegal in video games. So, that character can't die, but she can also die. Now let me explain, and before you call me a sociopath, let me explain. There's this part in Barry's campaign where you're supposed to climb up like a crane and go across like a cliff or something. And you're on top of this crane, right? And you can just casually jump down and not come back. If you get what I'm saying here. So, if you did that with the girl, she would just jump into the ravine and scream, and then the end screen would say the girl has fainted. She didn't die. She didn't die. She fainted. So you had to restart from checkpoint. So, yeah. That's a thing. It's yeah, merely pretending to be dead. Technically, it's okay. She didn't die, right? What floor are we on? Oh, I'm on the last floor. I did not know that. Chad, I thought I was on floor 15. Or at the end, nice. Oh. It seems like I can't check the side rooms. Or maybe I can. I can spin too, you know. Go now if you don't want me to. Alright. Alright. You can't kill children in Skyrim, no. You can't. Same with Cyberpunk. It is literally illegal. Like, you cannot do that. It is against the law to let that happen. I got killed. Who could the boss be? I don't know. Let's play in the Touhou 6 extra stage theme. Wait. Oh, it's money. I'm playing as Vermilia. Patchy was here. Who could it be? Kids have legal plot armor. It's not a level. I don't think I'm hitting level 70 before the end, but I was close. Just realized these enemies are basically the same level as me. There are mods and stuff, obviously, but that's different. You have to redo the final dungeon and boss. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. Ooh. To be honest, Chad, I don't think I'm ever gonna like play Resident Evil 1 or RE0 or anything like that because tank controls. I've seen Christian play through those games so many times now that I've kind of like osmosis the entire story so I don't really need to play it. That said, I've never played RE2 Make or RE3 Make, and those are more of the style I like. They're more of the RE4 third-person survival style that I like. So it's surprising I never really bothered to play them. But it's also one of those things where, again, I've watched someone play it so many times that I feel like I've seen everything I need to see, and I don't really get much enjoyment out of playing it myself. Resident Evil is a weird series for me for that reason. I like the series a lot, but when it comes to actually playing the games, I'm more about watching someone play it than actually playing it myself. Let's see. One of the claws will bear the name of one of Japan's 5 greatest swords, said to protect the owner from nightmares caused by Oni. Oh, I don't really want that. RE2 Maker is a great game. I have no doubt, but I've never played it myself. RE3 Make is, I don't think it's a bad game at all, but I think the expectations were a little bit too high for it, considering what 2 Make did, and they were like, yeah, RE3's coming now. The Project Resistance thing that went along with it, I don't know anything about it because no one talked about it. I watched Vinny try to stream it live when it first dropped. He had trouble getting in rooms and didn't really know how to play, and then he didn't have any interest to try it again, so that was the end of that for me. I never heard Christian's opinions on it either. I don't know if he really ever played it. I just thought it was cool that some of the characters that involved in it, some of the characters that could be masterminds in it were like actual characters I recognized, but then all the other characters were just like fucking really pointless caricatures of teenagers in a zombie apocalypse setting. I was like, huh, okay. I do like Carlos though. Carlos and RE3 Make was great. The hunters in RE3 Make are fucking scary. Ow. Everyone wants to be Dead by Daylight. To be honest, I don't know much about that game, but I watched people play it way back when, and it looked kind of cool. But as far as I know, it's a little rough around the edges, I suppose is the best way to say it. This is good. Did I get everything? I think I got everything. You need people to play. That's what I've heard. The issues I heard with it is that, you know, survivors on mic coordinating is hard to deal with as a killer. I thought it had some cool ideas, though. I like the idea that the killer is in first person and the survivors are in third person. And the killer can be stopped with pallet jacks. And the thing is with pallet jacks is when you want to get through them, you have to break them, and it forces your camera to look at them so you can't see in front of you while you're doing it. So it gives survivors a chance to like escape. I thought that was pretty cool mechanics, but it seems like it's not terribly balanced well. So I don't know. All right, here we go. Ooh, what is this place? Your progress has been saved. You can now enter this area directly from the world map. Wow, this place is kind of crazy looking, isn't it? What is this? A blood fountain? Oh, of course it's her. Flan. Well, you look like you're having fun. Flan, wake up. Oh, is it you, dear sister? If you sleep in places like this, you'll catch your death of cold. Wait, that's a joke, isn't it? Patchouli is so mean. Huh? Sorry, sis, I'm feeling kind of grumpy right now. Oh, are you? Damn it. Oh, label tang. Ugh. What's wrong with you, Vaughn? That was refreshing. Okay. I'm glad you enjoyed it, at least. Let's get out of here. Patchy, I know you're listening. I am, but did you really mean you wanted your sister to come back with you too? It's not done yet, then. I've had enough fun for one day. Guess it's nap time again. And you just wake up? Come play with me again, sis. Okay, I'm bringing you back now. Sis, yes. Good luck out there. Thanks. Wait, I have to go to the SDM. There's a marker there. Oh, let me save first. I got a new move. Let me see. I got a new move. Let me see. Red Devil Disaster, was it? Amelia unleashes her ultimate skill, ripping the enemies for the shreds with her bare hands. Why is the damage so high? Excuse me? Shred. Cool. So as strong as you were, you're even stronger now. You can beat the only without breaking a sweat. Yeah, I think I can. I can hit her with that move and be done with the game. So let me go to the mansion next. That was a fun fight. Good thing I opted to go for projectile spam instead of actually facing her head on. Big, meaty claws! This place still looks like a sorry wreck. After I find out who was responsible for this, I'm gonna beat him to a pulp. I still have to clean this mess up. Huh? What is this light? I didn't see it when I was here before. What is... Ugh. Flandre's fantastical flashback is about to begin. It's not too long, but remember, you won't be able to save during it. Wait, we're getting a Flan? Flan story? What happened to our house? There's no one here. Are Sis and Sakuya playing outside again? That's not fair. I'm so bored, I'm going to implode here. Well, at least it's not raining today. But it's too bright to go out anyway. Still, I wasn't even interested in the outside world before. So why am I now? I wonder if Patchouli knows a way to get outside. Just gotta find her first. Whoa, that's a lot of HP. There she is, the big scary. Break shot, label obtain. Forbidden games, and 4 of a kind. Let's see. Break shot, fireballs in 3 directions, shoot knife shapes, bullets, label obtain, thumb of the sword, make things go boom. Sealed spell card that launches spinning crosses, projectiles in all places. Yeah, forbidden games, I know that one. And I know 4 of a kind, of course. Sealed causes 3 shadows to materialize. Each launches its own barrage of bullets. Well. Okay. Oh, that was wrong. Let me see. Fireball. Dude, that sword looks so fucking cool. Wow. Alright, hold on. Pew, 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 pew. I like the fireballs, so go with the fireballs. Okay, so yeah, that's the one she did, the attack she hit us with. She just floats. She floats. Swing, and then stab. So all of her moves I know because... Dead. 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 What the fuck? Flan is ridiculous. She doesn't have a dive move, though. She can fly at least, so there's that. Yeah, it's straight up just her boss stuff, yeah, so it's very familiar. I don't know if I should be doing this to the fairies, but whatever. Said it's not very long and I can't save, so I don't know how much this really matters. There was a chest here in Remy's story. There's nothing here now. Just wanna look around. Mostly listen to music. The music in this game is quite good. And I like a lot of it is, a lot of music like this, you know, piano and stuff. It's my favorite. This music is very lonely, that's for sure. Just kind of makes it really nice to listen to at the same time. Nice. Hachimitsu Lemon. I know who that is, I think. That name sounds familiar. What else have they done? Because I know I've heard that name before for something, and I couldn't tell you what. This is a nice house. Whose room is this? Huh. How about that? Lemon. Everyone knows evil. Make dojo music aside of games. I know I've heard the name before. What the? Chat, what is this? Why is there a picture of boat? What's going on here? Why is that just framed? Oh, oh, oh! No more fairy. Some nice boats, yeah. Wait a minute, what? That took the quick way down, I suppose. Is this the way to Patchy's room? This doesn't seem like it's the way to Patchy's room. Huh. I guess it is. I thought Patchouli was in the basement, but this place looks like a maze. Maybe it's this way? Alright, so Flan is getting just as lost as I was. She's gonna get hit by that. I kinda wanna just go back to my room now. Thank you, Plutonium, for gifting the sub. Unfortunately, the way I took to get here is closed off now. Guess there's not much I can do but keep going. Floor 9. Flounder does 18 floors on her own. Oh, okay. I'm on floor 9 currently. So there's no reason for me to, like, collect stuff down here, yeah? I can just move on. I'm getting money, but I don't really know if it transfers over, and not like I'm using it anyway, so... Probably just gonna... Yeah, I'll just walk to the end. Why not? Whee! Yeah, my favorite kind of music is the sad piano stuff, because I'm a sucker for it, I suppose. Any music that I can fall asleep to. That's my preferred genre. Sleep music. This game has a lot of good variants and tracks. This track is good, has energy, but nothing wrong with some piano. Don't forget my big sword. Oh yeah, right. That fairy didn't stand a chance. Oh, wow. Who would have thought Flandre is a strong character? Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Very good. That fairy will come back. It'll just take longer than usual, that's all. She has to recover a little bit more than the others would normally. This is just Flan's way of saying hi. Hello. That one lived. He's the best. Any other reason there's a Kappa down here to begin with? Oh, bonk hammer. Wow. Those centipedes? No, those centipedes are done for. What are they even doing down here anyway? La-di-doo-da-day. I don't have a map, so I'm actually kind of lost. That Kappa's never coming back, huh? Oh, sorry. You don't get to continue here. What? Where am I? I don't even know where I am. Chat, this recovers faster than I can use it. Well, almost. I don't know why these things are in my basement. How did Flan get lost in here? She should know what the basement is. She lives down here. You know, this Flandre representation has probably been the most accurate I've seen in the entirety of Touhou games. Because in the little dialogue we've gotten of her, she just said, I'm not really a fan of the outside world, so I don't care about it. And, like, her personality is, well, kind of mild. Now we're getting somewhere. This place feels different. Actually, might be here. This goes against, like, every single trope that I've come to know from Flandre, but it kind of seems consistent with what Cheating Detective showed, to be honest with you. As a Reflections Flan is, she's sassy. Is that you, Miss Patchouli? At this rate, we'll barely make it in time. Too bad for you, it's me! Miss Flan, what are you doing here? So Patchouli is coming here. Where is she anyway? I'm afraid I can't tell you, Miss Flan, even if you insist. Ah, I see how it is. Then let's play. What? That's a bit too sudden. Don't you think? If I win, you'll tell me where Patchouli is, deal? Playtime, playtime, I'm playing. Aha! Oh, goody, goody, good! Oh, it did do damage. Whoa, Sophia kicks? I win. Alright, another win for me. Now come on, tell me where she is. Sorry, Miss Patchouli. You'll find her at the bottom of this dungeon. Awesome, I knew I could trust my instincts. Yeah, that fight didn't need to happen. And now she's gonna do it all herself. Why are there so many strangers in here? Was there a party? Good question. Yeah. How about this way? Did she make it? I feel like I'm getting closer. Speed. Very well. Now I just walk. Do you think I'll remember how this layout looks? Probably not. I'm just gonna be on my way. Those fairies can survive. This Kappa can't though. Bye-bye. Just gonna move forward. Yep. Oh, I see. That door is not playing nice. Don't worry, I will get through it eventually. Are we good? Are we good? And we're good. Very good. Open door. Doesn't save your progress. Kappas use water guns. Weaponized water. The Yamawara will be using actual guns, though. Oh. Cool. The hitbox was still active and I got pushed. Nice, alright. And now I'm in this room. I knew it! This must be the last room. Chat, how big is Flandere's stick anyway? Like, looking at it here, pretty sure this stick is like, it's taller, it's like twice the size of her body. It's pretty fucking big, isn't it? Like, I don't know how big it actually is. It kind of looks more like a tail in her actual art in the OSD to me. Sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, it's Spumus Flan. What brings you all the way down here? I have a big favor to ask, Patchouli. Well, ask away. I'd be glad to do whatever I can for you. Great, then please get me out of here. I could understand if it was night, but it's still the middle of the day. But my sister got to go out. It's not fair. Did you see the condition the mansion is in? It's dangerous to wander outside right now. I think it's better for you to just stay inside for now and wait until the whole incident gets sorted out. But that's boring. What's going to entertain me if I just sit around here? I suppose I will. Haha, yay! Let the good times roll. Did I just get dodged? You better stop that fireball shit. As soon as I get over there. Here, catch this. Nice. Ah! Squeeze. Junko squeeze. What? Coming through! I think I interrupted her attack. Ow! Triple layered sound effects, baby. I'm beat. You're really something else, Miss Flan. You got all quiet, Patchouli. So what are you gonna do now? You gonna take me out? I'm afraid not. You're going to stay here. You can't leave this dungeon on your own, and no one but me knows how to get out. And so here you'll stay, at least until things calm down outside. So what you're saying is that I'm leaving alone. Yes. Aw. It's just for now. I'll come back here when this whole mess is behind us. Bah, fine. I'm gonna take a nap, so wake me up when you come back. But, fair warning, I'm probably not gonna be in a great mood when I wake up. I'll keep that in mind. I see. Blech! Can't believe I passed out. My memory's all hazy, but I feel like I touched Flan's memory somehow. Okay. Was that there all along? I don't know what this is doing lying around, but I suppose it won't hurt if I borrow it for a while. Guess I need to give Flan a treat after this is all over. Cursed Claw Lavotane. Claws imbued with Flandere's Scarlet Strong Will enables the use of a unique skill. And that would be... Oh! That's what it'd be. Yeah, I like that move. Lavotane, baby! The Remy version! Bro, what the fuck is this Zelda's ass looking great spin? Damn. Alright, now I have 2 insanely broken moves. Very good. So is there anything else to do here? Whee! Oh, you can go down here. Oh! I didn't know there was a place like this under the mansion. No, I didn't either. Didn't know that was there. Wait, there's still another mark there. There's still another mark there indicating thing. So, I'm assuming we're good. Yeah, I can go beat up Suika now, yes. Alright. So I guess I can just rush it. So let's rush it. Alright, let's run to the huge factory. Get some Phantom Factory music again. Can't believe they didn't ask me. Yep, so this is all the same. This is great music, by the way. Phantom Factory is a really good track. I got an achievement for that called Ultimate Strike. I don't think there's any reason to fight anything, so let's move it along. Whee! Now this is speed. Hold on, I gotta be careful. Alright. Boing, boing, boing. I'll be real with you, this doesn't look familiar. Ending change in that fight, so well, she's the final boss, so let's go get the alternate ending. Oh, that was just another Dragon Slayer. I don't know anything about Touhou at all, except for VBT. But this specific theme I do know, and I really, really like it. I've heard that Marissa and Reimu and Yuka are in that series for some reason or another. Whee! Look at all that level I'm not doing. Ain't that great? This is a mixed track and changeability, yes. It isn't changeability, a strange dream. Touhou Yuka. She gets to be in everything but her own series. Am I doing this on purpose? Wait. We're good. You know, Sakuya can't do this. So, that's a bit unfortunate. Alright, now we're here. Look at this tech, dude. Just need to be careful I don't like fly off the map and get soft locked. Alright, so we're gonna beat up the robot, basically. There's no skip button for this, I've seen it all before. Come on. Come on. Come on. There's no skip button, chat. I have to just press the button. This is a giant cool robot. Alright, one. I don't think that was supposed to happen. Oops. Well, alright then. Alright, here's the big bad now. Thought that was scripted? I don't know, but I got all my meter back, so I'm gonna do it again. Oh, I didn't get all my meter back. Wow, why did the robot explode? Welcome to Remy Throws a Temper Tantrum. Please stop hitting me. Ow. I might lose. My hubris might cost me this match. That hit me? How did that hit me? Alright, whatever. I fear nothing. Nothing. Alright, attack, throw a rock, stand over here. Wow. Big rock. And now the little hers. Ow. I'll be fine this time. And then rocks again. To get out of the way. Wow. Ow. I couldn't see that. It was blocked by the lightning. See, I won. Taste my power. Heh, you're good. I didn't know you'd gotten that much stronger since last time. But do you have enough fight left in you for one more brawl? What? Wait, what? Oh, I'm not done? Oh, shit. Okay. Ha ha ha. I'm not done yet. What? She's just getting bigger and bigger. Didn't you see the newspaper that said the monster's bigger than a mountain? The robot you beat wasn't that big. In fact, the only thing you could hope to match that size is me. I like that it's her 7.5 theme. I like it more than Broken Moon. So you can get even bigger. Now, prepare to be stomped. Hold it right there. Whoa! The friend group is here. Patchy and the rest of you too? Good. Looks like we made it just in time. Sorry to keep you waiting. We're here to put an end to this. And I owe you an apology, Remy. I saw this coming a mile away, but even with that knowledge, I get it. I couldn't do anything before the mansion was attacked. Put an end to this? Ha! Not even your master can do anything. What chance do you have? He. Sunny, Code Scarlet activate. Roger, Code Scarlet activated. What? I have a battle mech. Hisotensoku. He's back. That robot. Didn't Little Miss Muffet just bust up this robot? You wish. This is the Hisotensoku Mark II Unit 2. Codename Scarlet Furiosity? Oh my god, what a name! What a name! A red-colored Unit 2. It seems so right. So natural. Why didn't I think of that? Or maybe the color shows it's the Ace Commander's unit. Oh man, I should have painted mine first. So now gets it. That's not the issue here. If they have a Hisotensoku, that means they stole my blueprints. Now you're catching on. These fairies' abilities are rather handy for dubious work like that. Once we discovered your plan, we set to work on getting information and using it against you. Star, Luna, and Sunny. Oh, that's them talking. Hee hee. You three? So you were double agents, huh? I can't believe I was duped by a bunch of fairies. By the way, this might be your design, but I've made some special magical improvements myself, and I'm ready to take you down. I like your confidence, but there's no difference between them and to me. They're both just steel dolls. I'd hold your tongue until after you beat it. If you can, that is. Alright, guess that's as good as an invitation to not hold back. Scarlet Furiosity, full power. Bring it on! Wait, do I get to control the robot? What's happening? Boom. Ah, you got me. What? Wait, the match barely even started. Oh my goodness. I know building this was a rush job, but in one punch, got in it? Your robot fell apart already? I surrender, the victory's yours. I guess this is the end of our little show. What sideshow? Well, here, feast your eyes on this fancy special issue. Oni versus Vampire, fight of the century. What is this nonsense? Oni versus Vampire, fight of the century. Don't miss on this thrilling battle. With the string of monster appearances finally settled into behind us, the population's mind has turned to entertainment. And with the help of the Moria Shrine Maiden, this year's summer festival is planning to wow attendees with a real slam-bang exhibition match. In one corner, a giant robot operated by a vampire at the Scarlet Devil Mansion. In the other, Suika Ibuki, one of the big four of the mountain and a well-known powerhouse. And an interesting footnote to everything, all those monster sightings that were raising the backles of the, I can't read that word, just the rehearsals for this dream match. Anyone who's properly sustained damage as a result of these pre-fight training bouts is urged to contact the Moria Shrine to receive appropriate compensation. This clash of titans will be visible from the bottom of the mountain. We set up some. Suika's confident she'll best that bucket of bolts. The Scarlet Devil Mansion have an ace up their sleeve. Full-color newspapers printed using cutting-edge technology. Shrine contact info for those seeking compensation. Chat, how the fuck did they get the special issue out this fast? Since that whole mess with the monsters have been laid to rest, the summer festival is being held as planned. The summer festival, huh? Come to think of it, there are a lot of street stalls in the village right now. But how do you figure the monster incident that had been laid to rest when the cause of it all is standing right here? Calm down, the monsters that had people up in arms were the Kappa's robot. And besides, I asked the Tengu to run their special issue if the Scarlet Furiosity was finished in time. Ugh. So when we met at the newspaper office, that's what you came for? Yep. And thanks to this, people think the whole monster incident was just a rehearsal for our little sideshow at the summer festival. Pretty keen, right? In other words, you've been scheming this far back. Happily ever after. Of course! I really didn't want the festival to be cancelled. That would have been lame, lame, lame. My goal was to make sure they'd hold the summer festival. That's all I really wanted. I can't believe you did all this just for that. What kind of simpleton are you? She's the Oni kind, I'm afraid. Yeah, this is the kind of thing you see when someone died. Well, now that the sideshow's over, I'm sure the festival's already in full swing. And since you're all out and about anyway, you might as well go enjoy the festivities. Good. And we're back here. Miss Patchouli, this is amazing! I've never seen a candied apple so beautiful in my life. Mei-Ling said she'll bring Flan along later. She needs to learn how to properly enjoy a festival after all. If you insist. Are you worried about her? Flan made her own decision to stay. She's a bit childish, and she's still mature enough to choose what she wants. So whatever Flan decides she wants to go out next, we can decide if we want to give her a helping hand. Is it really that simple? You worry too much. This is a festival. It'd be rude not to enjoy ourselves. Remy. She's right, you know. This chocolate-covered banana looks sinfully delicious. Oh, no. Why is Quackama choking on a banana? All choked up, I see. I think you're enjoying a little too voraciously. God damn it. Do you think Suika is somewhere around here? I'm sure she is. With the whole monster menace behind her, she's enjoying a drink or 5 in triumph. Even though she lost the fight, she's got what she really wanted. It's like she was playing us the whole time. Still, it wasn't a bad way to kill some time, I have to admit. I'm glad to see you enjoyed yourself. I even heard you overcame your weakness to sunlight, is that true? It is. I felt so liberated, being able to bathe in the sun's light for the first time. Just kidding, I used some sort of dodgy spray that completely blocked the sun's light and warmth. Felt freezing cold even in the middle of summer. Oh my, that doesn't sound like a very safe product. Either way, I used it all up. No more retaining humans for me. So a lot of this is the same now, huh? Sort of deal. Some of it is different, so I don't want to skip it. So, just trying to be careful with it. Everyone knows Kappa. Oh, you could ask him to improve the spray. Fine, I'll show you. Even if I could walk around inside the day, if I did, when would I sleep? You always grumble about being bored. Hush you. Me, just kidding. No sleep. Night's still young. Raised on. That's the spirit. Let the party begin. Suya! Alright. I did it. I beat the game for real this time. Still not sure how I killed the robot in one attack. So, there's that as well. How different is Sakuya's story? Because I kind of want to do it, but I don't want to do it if it's exactly the same. Like, exactly the same as Remy's, without the movement mechanic. So, just wondering about that. I only picked Remy first because Remy was the first option. Mei-Ling didn't get to talk. Nope, she's still there though. It's a good game though. I really don't think the Flandre dungeon needed to be 20 floors and have 18 of them be traveling through the same layout but with different doors. That didn't really need to be a thing. The boss fight was fine though. But yeah, that's a weak point of it. Booth helpers. Are we done? Is that it? Is it over? For good? For good? Your story isn't that much different. Only the dialogue. So it would be the same game again, huh? And I would have to go through that maze again as Sakuya, huh? I don't know about that, chat. Game is good, don't get me wrong, but pretty sure this is part 5. So it's about 10 hours of gameplay I got in there. So doing 10 more hours of the same story but as a different character might be a bit rough to jump into. So is that it for good? Final boss music is different. Well, I don't think that's worth plowing through the entire thing. That's all of it. Remy wins. Congratulations. Chapter 13. All clear. Very good. I win. So let's go back to the title screen. It's a good game. It's a very good game. So yeah, that just leaves that. Sound is good. I liked it. Good game. Quite a good game. I kind of unfortunate to hear that Sakuya's story is gonna be like the same kind of trek as Remy's, but without the speed move. So that's a bit sucky. But I got 10 hours out of it, and I enjoyed it. Good game. Good game. Good game. Good art. Good character writing. Good gameplay, too. There's a lot about this game that was great. At least I liked it. It definitely, I don't know, it did get a little repetitive at some points, though. Like, some of the map layouts are just kind of like, hit the button, enemy die, right? So, it's a little bit rough on that. Sometimes it feels a little bit mindless, and that's pretty obvious, because pretty sure a lot of this series is just me talking about God knows what while pressing the attack button to get through it, right? Tap for enemy drops, yeah. I didn't even go into the Rinosuke's shop. I was like just done. But it was good. It was good. I don't regret playing that at all. But I will wrap it up here. I won't bother with Sakuya's story. Not for now. Maybe someday in the future I'll come back and I'll do Sakuya's story, but like I think what I did here today is perfectly fine, and I'd rather leave it on a high note rather than, like just start the game over again from the start and then have Sakuya and be weak again and then grinding for probably like 30 minutes at best and have to end the stream anyway. So I'll call it there for now, and maybe in the future I'll see what's going on with Sakuya. Who knows?